Fortunately, both
Usually
the
when we
rider
see
and the
this,
passenger were okay.
it's usually a bad crash. Oh, oh! Sorry, guys. I need a thumbnail. All right, there we go. They passed on the right. Okay, don't pass people, especially at intersections. What we just talked about, right? Intersections are dangerous. Why are we making huge adjustments trying to, like, practice your braking? Just stop like a normal person? This is ridiculous. Because now we have this. So chest trauma. So we talk about mechanism of injury. So he's got chest trauma, leg trauma on the left leg easily. She's got pelvic trauma. I mean, that sudden deceleration, organs are being sheared, concussions. This is bad.
O mój Boże.
And she's already got a broken or a messed up leg. She's got that KT tape going on. No gear whatsoever other than a helmet. So hopefully the bike did the damage and not the legs to the... Oh, man. All right. This is music. All right, so somebody was in our lane. Somebody's in our lane. So when we talk about position for safety, guys, plan, position for safety. Let's go back just a little bit. So if we see something like this and people are coming into our lane, let's not hang out in the middle. Let's get over here. Let's get over here. Let's get over here. Off to the right. Because that's going to give us a space cushion, hopefully. And we can't really escape because that's terrible, but we escaped into this. And then we can just ride this line until everyone is kind of gone. Okay, move yourself over because some people aren't going to be like this. They're going to be all the way in your lane, and you need to have that room. Like that right there. You didn't know that. Imagine if they swerved a little bit more to the right. You need to be off to the right. This last swerve got super close. That's why you position yourself. And last second, he started doing that. All right, so we're going to have some fun. Inger driver almost hit me. All right. We're getting a little low, having some fun. How do you know? Okay, I was going to say, how do you know they're angry? But just move over.
I had one of these, like a moped, when I was younger.
Oh, man, I love e-bikes. Is this a Suron? How you doing, Andy? This is a Suron. My buddy has one. Super fast. It's basically a motorcycle. You can go 70 miles an hour on these things. Here's the problem, though. They use bicycle brakes. Like disc brakes for a bicycle. Your total stopping distance is so far. So far. Especially if you're going that speed. It's insane. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. I think they're really good for like dirt biking stuff. On the road, a little dangerous. But dirt biking, yeah. Let's see what happens here. Oh, looped it. You thought I actually froze too. Let's move. Let's move on. Yeah, looped it. Dump. Ay, legs. His buttocks, his coccyx, that tailbone. I love saying that word, coccyx.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Those are fun bikes. I have two Super 73s. Those are fun too, but they only go 32 miles an hour max, which is all you need.
Ending his ride in a spectacular way.
Go about 30 miles on
If you
those.
look close, you will notice that slide was caused by a sudden move right on the markings.
Why'd you wait to the last second? Why'd you wait to the last second to put yourself in the new position? Let's go back to that. What do you think? Oh, definitely an open lane pattern. So if you guys don't know what an open lane pattern is, it's this big long line. There's an open right here. I call it the open lane pattern, just like the side of the vehicle pattern. This person might want to switch into this lane because it's shorter. So be very careful passing a big long line like this because somebody might peek out. So when I talk about position for safety, I like to be off to the side over here because if somebody does peek out, I can either accelerate or decelerate. So engine braking, emergency braking. I'm already in the swerve to the far right. I don't have to swerve from here to the far right. already did it. I love it. Yeah, the Super 73, I love it. So anyways, we're coming up to
If you look
here.
close, you will notice that slide
So he's looking down and everything.
was caused by a sudden move right on the
Why aren't we already here if we're going to be lane filtering? Or maybe he wasn't going to lane filter and wasn't paying attention. So we haven't brought this up in a while, but the MTC awareness stage is zoned out, completely zoned out. So if he's zoned out, not paying attention, all of a sudden he looks up, he's screwed. So the whole point of riding is supposed to zone in. Okay, zone in. And when you see a bunch of cars like this, everybody, when you see all of this stuff, you make sure you are specifically identifying that this is a dangerous situation. Because a lot of people backed up, a lot of people do some weird things. But still, if we're going to lane filter, already get in position way ahead of time. Like, this is crazy.
the pitted road marking.
Having to swerve like that last second. I mean, I get it. Maybe you could be practicing your swerves, but I don't know. Don't like it. Don't like it. But once again, guys, the Cardo sale is going on this weekend. But grab yourself the Smart Rider Games. It's a bunch of different drills in a parking lot. And we're going to be competing against each other May 1st in the Discord server. So check that out. We're going to have a tournament style here. But lots of different drills. It's going to practice your slow speed maneuvers and how to move the bike super quick, well, in a parking lot. So grab that. There's a discount code, game time, 15% off. Link in the description. There's a digital version that comes with the booklet. There's a digital version only. And there's a booklet and cones with the digital version. So go ahead and grab one of those. Team Schmort.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm alright, bro.
What do we got here? Okay, some damage, not a big deal. Hopefully we're doing fine. We're already on the ground. Oh my gosh. Already on the ground. Look how far the bike slid. He was going fast. He was going fast if the bike slid that far. Let's go back. Obviously, we weren't going to show that part, right? We weren't going to show how fast he was going. Let me see if I can pause it right. I got close. So this is after the crash. Probably didn't have the editing skills to blur out the speedo, so he just cut that part. But we're slipping and sliding already on the ground. We don't know why they crashed. Speed wobbles maybe. Had to layer down, whatever it is. I don't know, but we're on the interstate and we are slipping and sliding. No gloves. Shoes already off. Going way too fast. Way too fast. You got the drills guy. You're going to compete with your 4 kids. Love that. They can be on bicycles. It's a fun competition. Oh, we're having some fun. Maybe trying to do a little burnout on a little pit bike. Oh, he's got an ad. Doesn't have YouTube Premium. Buddy crashed. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I was looking at the video. That can happen. That happened to me on my Super 73 when I first got it because I wasn't paying attention. I was too excited. It was brand new tires, the whole concept of that, and I turned really sharp thinking I could do that, and then boom, dumped the bike. Thankfully, I had gear on, didn't hurt myself. But anyways, that's why I wear a helmet. I have a Bell helmet, a full-face helmet, mountain biking helmet for when I ride my e-bikes because of that. Boom, face right into the ground. See, even a little pit bikes can be dangerous. The e-bikes can be dangerous. So guys, wear gear.
Okay, so there's this compensation caption.
Was that him moaning and crying? All right, intersection. Okay, watch out for anybody peeking out. Hey, side of the vehicle. That's a pattern right there. Anybody is he gonna come out? Yep. Side of the vehicle. So what can we do on that? We recognize, okay, we talk about total stopping distance. There's the perception, reaction, and braking distance for braking, right? But we talk about swerving or planning. So perception, reaction, action. Reaction action is kind of the same thing, but execution, how about that? So we want to get good at perceiving patterns. So we perceive this pattern. It's the side of a vehicle. When we talk about plan, we're locating this. We're assessing if it's a relevant threat. And the moment it starts to peek out like this, it becomes an active threat because they are going for your lane. They're not going for this lane to do a head-on collision. They're going for this lane. So if you know that, what can we do? Well, part of P, position for safety. Right now we're in a position for safety because we're riding. Well, we located, assessed, navigating. Now we have to navigate into a new position for safety. It's a rotational thing, right? We're constantly doing this over and over and over and over again. So if we're going to position ourselves in a new position for safety, we have to go for an escape path. So we're always scanning for escape paths. We're always making sure we have good space cushions. And we are always making sure we have good line of sight. So what's our escape path here? We can stay in our lane for now, get all the way to the right. And if this person really comes across, we can also do this. And then hopefully slow down and stop or swerve back in after we get through it. We have to get around it. Guys, we're playing tag on the road. Think of it that way. We're playing tag, and the whole goal is to not get tagged. That's the person that is it. You're trying to juke them. You're trying to get away from them. They have cooties. You don't want to be around them. Get away from them. Just get away from them. You can't yell at the person that's it to say, don't tag me, because you're the dumb kid that does that. You're the annoying kid, you know? Oh, time out. I'm safe. No, you can't do that. This person's it. Go. Get out of here. Move. Do something. So good job with those swerve. And so he did what he did. That was good. Saved him. Good job.
There are many reasons to run a dash cam. Sometimes you get to witness whiskey throttle. I wonder if she got back.
Too much weight on that rear tire, basically. That's a small bike. Two dudes on there. Accelerate a little too hard. So when you have a passenger, nice smooth acceleration until you start going, and then you can give it some more. That's really what that is. You can practice that, the smooth friction zone and throttle control with the games. Try it with a passenger. That'd be kind of fun. All right, here we go. Another dash cam. Usually it's not a good sign. Here it is. Let's see what happens here. See, we talk about, we see the motorcycle's perspective, and it's like, all these car drivers aren't paying attention. This dude didn't even check and just went. So if that was you accidentally, right? Let's say you're a beginner rider. This is the first couple times out on the road. You're just trying to stay on the bike, right? And like everything else is kind of a blur. If you get to this point and somebody's honking the horn, freaking you out, you go ahead and accelerate out of there. Just accelerate out of there. You did what you did. Go. Get out of there. There you go. So you accelerated. Did that. I was traveling. Okay, whatever. All right. So interesting chopper. Very nice. I like it. What do we got here? Side of the vehicle going to pop out. Maybe we're just going to dump the bike because we have one hand on the handlebars. He crashed shortly after this, and this video shows everything but the actual crash. What the heck? Why even post this? Side of the vehicle, watch out for that. Okay, let's move on. Okay. So we have the aftermath. We just didn't get to see it. Okay. So let's take a look how he was riding. One hand, and then intersection. We're at an intersection. I have no idea if this is copyrighted, but whatever. It's just annoying. So intersection got hit. Pay attention to intersections, everybody. It's a hazardous situation. Locating hazardous situations, intersections, and corners. Just as simple as that. That's where most crashes happen for motorcyclists. Intersections and corners. Whenever you go up to an intersection, you're in a hazardous situation. Whenever you go into a corner, you're in a hazardous situation. When you go into hazardous situations, you need to have the skill set to get yourself through the hazardous situation. Riding straight, no, one hand on the handlebars, not a big deal. No traffic whatsoever, not a big deal. Hazardous because of stuff like this. Wear full gear just in case too. How are you going to rescue this person? Remain calm, ensure your own safety, make sure traffic is controlled, stop any major bleeds, do all that stuff, wear gloves. Come on, guys. And by the way, there's only, like I said, before this video, there's only 9 of these left, the rescue packs. So make sure you guys grab one. They're on huge discount right now. All right, let's take a look. So he's still on the ground. Not good. That looks pretty bad. So we're going to go ahead. Okay. For English. Nope. Closed captioning. Nope, we're not doing that. Here we go. Zoom, zoom. Everyone having fun. It looks like kilometers an hour. Ooh, that was close. I don't recommend passing like that. I don't recommend doing that. But it is what it is. I honestly just enjoy the scenery when I'm out riding. I don't really care too much when it comes to going fast. I don't care about the fast. Honestly, I like trees. We don't have trees down here, really. So I'm looking at trees. Trying to find squirrels. I'm looking for birds. I love red-tailed hawks. I was looking at some night hawks yesterday at night. It's really cool. They eat a lot of bugs. Watch out for that. So when we talk about lane filtering, okay, one of the big problems that we have are people switching lanes. And we don't have escapes to the left. We don't have escapes to the right. We can only really emergency accelerate or emergency decelerate, so like braking or engine braking. If it's an emergency, you're doing good progressive braking. So here, though, this is why we don't go fast. Because if this pops out, if we were going fast, our total stopping distance would be immense. And we wouldn't be able to stop in time or slow down enough in time, and we would have collided with the vehicle. So if we're going at an appropriate speed, and in Arizona for lane filtering, max 10 miles an hour over the flow of traffic, I think it's 15. Let's just say 10. Max 10 miles an hour over, that's what I do. And traffic has to be stopped. So you're really only going 10 miles an hour. You should be able to stop in time. So slow it down when you're lane filtering. You're already going faster than everyone else. Think of the filtering is the privilege. Going fast and filtering or splitting is not the privilege. We get a huge benefit to just not being in traffic. All right. I love little mountain towns like this. Okay, side of the vehicle right there. Okay, didn't even look. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Write in the comments. I know you guys are here on the live stream. Why do you think this person, the vehicle that was coming out, did not see us? I don't think it was looking. I think they were looking, but they didn't see us. Yeah. Line of sight. The truck is blocking the line of sight. And you know why? And you know how I know this? Because we can't see the vehicle either. We can't see that vehicle either. I like to look through whenever I'm riding. I see if I can see through the back window and through the windshield to see what's ahead. And if I see a side of the vehicle, it's like, ooh, yeah, that might be something. So I'm kind of slow rolling it. So we get up to here. Oh crap. Okay, not a big deal. Do some progressive braking if they start peeking out. If they get into our lane. Right now, we're assessing if it's a relevant threat. If it becomes an active threat, then we're really doing something. But right here, it's like I'm rolling off the throttle at least, right? So you see the engine or the bike go down a little bit. That's because he was applying the brakes. So good job. Good job with the braking. Imagine if we sped and accelerated past that truck. We'd have collided right into the side of this vehicle. So whenever you have a line of sight issue, right? So when we talk about, like I said, position for safety, you're looking for line of sight, an escape path, and a space cushion. If your line of sight is terrible, don't just accelerate past. Just don't do that. So good job on everybody. Mistakes happen. No maliciousness. Just things happen. But everyone had a good skill set. Handled it with good braking. All right, here we go. Road surface hazard. Watch out. Oh, if you see a dust up like that, that's dust coming up. If you see a dust up, guess what? Jeffrey crashed again. So if you're talking to each other on your Cardo Pack Talk Edge, you can hear him screaming. So let's go ahead and rescue him again. Let's go see what happened. So first, you got to remain calm. He does it all the time, so it's fine. Ensure your own safety. Make sure we don't crash. And if there's any external bleeds, Oh, Jeffrey is in a car this time. Any external bleed, stop them with a tourniquet, pack the wound, or direct pressure. That's a high mechanism. It's a rollover. Any rollover is a high mechanism of injury because you're having a lot. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's pause that. Well, actually, how much? We only got 5 more seconds. Let's see what we got here. Stupid little pop-ups. Okay. So, what we're going to have when it comes to this is that this door might not open because it's being crushed right here, and then this is going to be needing, it's going to be crumpled. This side right here, you're going to have to probably pry it open with a Halligan. But only firefighters really have that, so you're not going to be able to do much. If this window is down or broken, they can kind of crawl out. I don't want my patient to be upside down all the time, but I'm not going to pull them out because guess what? Car's not on fire. Car's not on fire. Damage is already done. Now, if the car catches fire, I'm going to pull them out. But right here, if they want to get out, they undo their own seatbelt, they start crawling out. All right. I'm not going to tell them to stay inside, but go ahead and come out. Just watch out for glass. And then when they get out, I'm going to sit them down over here. We're going to sit right here in this little box, and I'm going to check for any major bleeds. Also, I'm going to be asking questions like, hey, was there anyone else in the vehicle? Even though I can see if there is or not, I'm going to ask them because then they could say, yeah, well, guess what? You saw that dust up, right? Off on the cliff. And if there was supposed to be other people in the vehicle, they might be down here. They might have been ejected. And we don't know exactly how this happened, but a rollover can eject people, especially if they're not wearing seatbelts. It's pretty scary. Don't Google that stuff. Yeah. So overall, see if you can rescue. But with that said, grab a slice of pizza, everybody, and stop eating the crayons, and I'll see you guys on the next video.